Welcome back, everyone. I am Zany, and this is Kerbal Space Program. And today we left you on a cliffhanger, whether or not good old Jebediah was going to be able to get back down from that high space and live. I sounded like a retard when I did that. I should probably go back and record it. I'm not going to. Anyways, so today we are going to bring our buddy back down from the cold, dark vacuum of space. We're also going to be sending some more of those probes out, collecting on some contracts. And as you see right here, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last episode or not, but we got that mod that tells us where we're going to land, which is really, really nice. It's a really good way of guaranteeing you landing in or on a certain area. It's a nice little add-on. I like it. Helps you plan your re-entry a lot better. One of the main things that's different about this mission than our last one with the probe is that this thing we're not bringing all the way back in. We're just bringing the capsule back in. That is it. No, none of the compartments, none of the fuel tank or anything like that. None of that is coming back with us. We're going to get into the atmosphere, and we're going to jettison all that stuff, and then come down with just a pod. So, outlook good on Jeb surviving. I mean, what could go wrong, right? It's not like I've lost the Kerbin on re-entry before. And as we come back down, I wanted to go ahead and thank you guys so much for your support. I know it sounds like I say this every time, but I really, really cannot thank everyone enough for your support on this series so far. It has been spectacular. You guys have definitely made me feel very good about myself and feel very good about the series. I'm getting comments on every episode that has never happened before. And yeah, you guys rock. I can't thank you enough. While we're pandering, let's go ahead and get the usual YouTube like, subscribe, and share out of the way. If you could all do that, I'd appreciate it. If you don't, that's okay too. I don't mind. Like I said, I'm having a blast with this. So, this is great. This is absolutely great. I haven't been this motivated to make YouTube videos in a very long time, and it's doing wonders for my morale, and I can't thank you guys enough. If you didn't notice right there, we jettisoned everything. Before we jettisoned everything, we did transmit all the science back down to Kerbin, so that way we did get science from the Science Junior or whatever it's called, that big thing. And yeah, this is just going to be a standard re-entry. The one thing to note about these command pods is that they are aerodynamic. They're designed to come back in ass first, like it is right now. It's just the way that the way that the devs designed this capsule, and also the way the capsules are really designed in real life. They're designed to want to come in ass first. So with a proper heat shield, which we have, and just coming in with a capsule, we don't have to worry about tumbling through the atmosphere like we've done with some other things. And also I think we're coming in at an angle that is good enough for us to slow down properly. I'm hoping please don't die, Jeb. And it's a pretty cool view from the inside of the cockpit. I love seeing the atmospheric effects on the outside through the window. That's really cool. That's what the astronauts, would see when they were coming back in, when they were in capsules, and with the space shuttle too. I mean, it was a little bit different view, but with the space shuttle. But I find that fascinating, and utterly terrifying at the same time. There was a little heat coming up right there. That's nothing to worry about. That was probably the antenna. It does stick out a little bit. There's some other stuff like the thermometer. It's also sticking out as well. Again, not a problem. It shouldn't. That stuff is not going to cause tumble and kill us. As you can see, we are at 22 kilometers. We're at 20 right now, and we're already starting to slow down. This is way better than when Valentina Kerman came back in. I still don't know what happened. I must have just really come in at a bad angle and had too much speed. Of course, going face first with like a bullet through the air, that doesn't help slow you down any, because there's not a lot of surface that's contacting the air to aero brake you. So, that's probably the main problem. Look at the little lights. I like that little addition. That's pretty cool. You can turn the little lights on. This thing didn't originally have that. It just had the window. It didn't actually light up like it does now, which is a pretty cool addition in my eyes, if you ask me. Coming back down on the Kerbal is going swimmingly. This is a success. Jebediah will survive. There's almost literally nothing that can happen. I've got SafeChute installed as a mod, so it should stop the time warp just before the chute opens, which it just stopped it. And the chute should be opening any second. There we go. And yeah, we're good to go. Things are good. I am happy about that. What a success. We finally sent someone into space and brought them back safely. So, thumbs up for I pooped a little bit when that happened. Oh, that was scary. Okay, that must have been the heat shield exploding. No big deal. My heart stopped for about a second. We got a lot of science out of that. We are going to be doing some science upgrades and unlocking more stuff that we desperately need, such as more fuel tanks, and we also need the that little small engine right there. It used to be called the Poodle. I think it's called the Terrier now, but that's what we're going to purchase. And we're going to purchase some that's from Tac Lifesupport that we just purchased right there. That's a bunch of life support stuff to go with all our capsules and stuff, sending them into space and everything. So we're going to do a jump cut real quick. We did get a contract to set a satellite into orbit around the moon, and this is the vehicle we're going to be doing that with. Looks lovely, doesn't it? Looks lovely and familiar. As you all know, we sent this one up before with our first satellite, and hopefully we won't tumble this time. Of course, I am going to... this is post-commentary, just in case you know. I don't know if you guys want me to tell you if it's post or not. I guess you can kind of tell. But, yeah, we're not going to show the entire launch on this one. But, yeah, you can see it's pretty stable going up. We're going straight up. We're going to try and get as high of an altitude as possible for right now, because we are going to the moon, and we know... Let's see, have we... No, we haven't. We haven't gone to the moon yet. Wow. Well, we're shooting for the moon, people, which is pretty cool. Well, oh no, that's right. So we know this is going to be fine because we got into that high eccentric orbit with this thing, so we know it's got more than enough power to get to the moon, because we circularized an orbit that's actually outside the moon with our other satellite. I forgot about that. Sorry. It's been a long day. Weather in the Northeast really screwed up work today. Again, I work at an airport. I work for an airline. I won't say which one, but I do work for an airline. And, yeah, anytime there's weather, it really screws things up. I'm sorry I'm ranting about this, but that's why, if I seemed a little scatterbrained right now, that is why. It's because it was a weather day at work, and things were a little off the chain, which, yeah, well, that's what happens when you work in an airline. Anyways, now that I've got that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get this bad boy into orbit. And with our Terrier engine now, instead of that KW Rocketry engine, we've got much better fuel efficiency and Delta V from this thing, because it's a better engine. It's a better late stage engine than that other one. The other one's kind of like a mid... Well, it's not really a mid-stage engine. It is a late-stage engine, but its fuel efficiency is shit. So here we're going, shooting for the moon. Again, it's not too tense. We know we can do it. There's our other, if you can see on the outside of the moon orbit, that's actually our other satellite orbit So again, if we can circularize an orbit like that, getting to the moon is not going to be a problem. We went outside the moon and actually used more fuel to circularize. Jesus Christ, words. We used more fuel to circularize. God, I still can't say it. Anyways, we used more fuel to circularize that orbit than we are going to use going to the moon. So again, we've got more than enough fuel. And one of the new things that I've noticed is if you focus in on the moon, you can actually see where you're going to come in at. So you can kind of tweak your orbit prior to getting there, which is what we're going to do right now. I'm going to try and line it up as close as possible to the inclination that it wants us to end up as. It's a little difficult. There's a lot of tweaking that I can do and that I do, but the things that I do. But in the end, it's going to be, we're going to get in orbit and we're going to tweak it there anyways. So this is not that important to do out here. It just, you end up burning way less fuel if you do it that way. That is a terrible orbit, and I'm just going to wait till I get a little bit closer, because right now I'm going to land on the moon, which is not what I'm trying to do. Oh, this is sped up by 300%. I just noticed the music. Oh, it's another thing I'm going to try is actually leaving the sped up audio in there, because it makes me giggle. I know that's sad. So here we are trying to update our orbit and get it into the right inclination. Again, it'll probably be easier to get into orbit and then do this, but I'm kind of just trying to eyeball it and get it as close as possible prior to. That way it may make things a little easier. Oh, and we also picked up some science on the way here, because this is obviously our first time to the moon. So as we speed in here to meet up with our maneuver node to get us in line in more of a proper inclination to the moon, you guys might, with the keen eye, notice that there is the pink circle is rotating in one specific way, and I'm actually trying to go into orbit in a completely different direction. That's important. This is me messing up. This is me wasting an entire satellite messing up. So there are two things wrong with this satellite. One, it didn't have the accelerometer on it, which this mission does require you to have on it. I took it off for no reason other than I was like, I don't need this. Stupid. It was a really stupid move. What I did there is I made a change with the orbit to where it would actually land if I kept on that trajectory. That's because I was trying to get rid of that that staged engine, and so that way it'll crash on the moon. That way I don't have space debris. I know that it was a little bit of a waste of fuel, but we're already here. We've got plenty of fuel from that, definitely from that satellite engine. That thing does not use a lot of fuel at all, but it's got a lot of delta V. It just takes you a long time to get there. Another problem that I ran into is that I was trying to do maneuvers on the backside of the moon, and since we don't have any other relay satellites there, I couldn't make any of the maneuver changes because the communications between my satellite and Kerbal were actually blocked by the moon. So that's not a mod, by the way. That's something that they actually added into the game. It used to be oh shit, what was that? I used to use the mod. I can't remember the name of it now. I want to say Kerbal Engineer, but I know that's not right. But it used to actually be a mod, but the devs and everyone liked it so much that the devs actually incorporated it into their game, that's fucking awesome when the devs do that. I love that there are other things in here as well that used to be mods but are now part of the game. This is one of them, and it's really cool. I like the idea that your satellite actually has to talk to Kerbal, and that if you want to send probes out, this is me going, what the fuck? If you want to send probes out, you actually have to have some sort of relay, which is actually really cool. So right now you'll notice some check marks, and you'll also notice one that's not checked off, which is the one that says I need an accelerometer. Now I know you can't see it and you can't hear it, but this is the sound of me banging my head on the desk. Well, not the sound of me banging my head on the desk, but if you could imagine someone slamming their head into a wall going, geez, I just really spent all this time sending this out here, and now I can't complete the mission because I took one little thing off. One little thing off that I thought I didn't need, that I didn't need to take off, but I did. And thus the head slamming into my desk commenced. And this is me examining the satellite going, did I really fucking do that? And yes, I did. For no reason. I have to really, really dig that in. No reason. Oh my god. Anyways, I was going the wrong direction in orbit anyways. We're going to fix that in the next episode, guys. Thanks for watching as always. I always do appreciate a like, a subscription, and a share. You guys rock. You're the best audience I've ever had, and please keep the love coming, and I'll keep the shows coming. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you next time for more Redneck Space Program.